The government shutdown is now on day 30 as many Americans feel the real-life impacts of the standoff. Here's everything that has and will happen this week. On Tuesday, the Senate rejects the House-passed funding bill funded at Joe Biden levels for the 13th time. And that same day was the first day that air traffic controllers and TSA officers missed their first full paychecks. Wednesday, the Congressional Budget Office reported the shutdown could cost the U.S. economy between $7 and $14 billion. On Thursday, remainder of federal agencies will miss their first paycheck. On Friday, tomorrow, the first time in history, members of all military branches will miss their paycheck due to the government's shutdown. And of course, Saturday, tomorrow, this weekend, will be the first time that SNAP payments will dry up. And the thing to remember about this is that bipartisan majorities in both chambers have voted to keep the government going at Joe Biden levels, but Democrats have chosen to filibuster it. Right now, it's the second longest shutdown in history. On Tuesday, it will become the longest if it's still closed. John Thune is not having it.
We are 29 days into a Democrat shutdown. And the senator from New Mexico was absolutely right. SNAP recipients shouldn't go without food. People should be getting paid in this country. And we've tried to do that 13 times. And you voted no 13 times. This isn't a political game. These are real people's lives that we're talking about. And you all have just figured out 29 days in that, there might be some consequences.
The shutdown is also starting to cause major delays at airports nationwide and even triggering a ground stop at Newark Liberty Airport last night, all because of staff shortages. Chanley Painter is live from LaGuardia Airport in New York. Hey, Chanley.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, as you said, the air traffic controllers missing their first full paycheck this week, adding stress to an already very stressful job and also adding to safety concerns and staffing shortages at airports across the country. Let's look at it so far today. This number keeps going up the more I'm on with you guys this morning, but as of right now, FlightAware is saying 536 delays so far today. 92 cancellations of flights that's in and out of the U.S. Also, the week as a whole since Sunday, we have about 25,000 total flight delays so far. So there's a lot going on. And in here at LaGuardia, where I am in New York City, air traffic controllers, they're taking to the terminals and handing out leaflets to travelers, warning about these safety concerns due to the government shutdown. I've been speaking to travelers as they arrive here at the airport all morning. They're not only expressing their concern for the air traffic controllers not being paid, but also their appreciation. Watch.
Not everybody can be an air traffic controller tomorrow. You know, this takes tremendous amounts of training and expertise, and we rely on them to, make the country run.
So far, everybody's been supporting the jobs just fine, and I'm really thankful for their sticking to it and making sure everything runs smoothly.
And as you said, in New Jersey yesterday, chaos ensued at Newark Liberty International Airport after the FAA halted flights for over an hour, issuing a ground stop and then a ground delay late into the evening. Almost 200 flights there yesterday delayed. And today they are forecasting more delays across the country, even here at LaGuardia. But I have to say, the passengers, travelers I've been speaking to so far have not yet encountered that. So it is positive, but it is still early in the morning, guys.
Indeed. Thank you, Chanley.
Thanks.
Our next guest is warning Democrats they're losing the political games by keeping the government shutdown going. Joining us now is House Majority Whip Tom Emmer. Congressman, great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us. So obviously, you've had bipartisan majorities in both chambers vote to keep the government open. You have a Democrat minority in the Senate blocking this. How confident are you that your members are going to hold the line on this?
Our members are completely unified on this, Charlie, and it's great to be with you this morning. Unfortunately, these are not great circumstances. You talk about majorities, bipartisan majorities. Keep in mind, we passed this spending bill out of the House on September 19th, Charlie, well in advance of the September 30th deadline. There was only one Democrat that joined with the Republicans in the House to pass it over to the Senate. Now, it gets to the Senate, and you've got a rule, the filibuster rule. They need 60 votes. We only need a simple majority in the House. They need 60 votes to get something to the floor. And Chuck Schumer has refused to provide the votes necessary to get this to the floor. And as a result, the government's been shut down for 30 days now. And I would argue to the people watching that most people haven't noticed. Your report from LaGuardia this morning is an example. Most people haven't noticed up till this week. Thanks to Donald Trump finding a way to pay our troops last month, that pain was delayed. But starting this week, the American Federation of Government Employees, the largest government employee union in the country, 820,000 members, sent a letter and said, get this done. Open the government up so you can get back to negotiating. Guess what? Tuesday, air traffic controllers did not get a paycheck. And you just outlined for the viewers all the bad things that are going to happen. This is starting to become very real. They are playing with people's actual lives.
So, obviously, you have to always look at this through very cynical eyes. And I would imagine that to some degree, Democrats feel like, Republicans control both chambers of Congress and the White House. And the more we can grind up the works, the more they win because Republicans aren't able to get things done. How much does that concern you?
A lot. I mean, look, you should not be putting your partisan political strategy ahead of the American people that you were hired to serve. They are simply not honest with this. I mean, Chuck Schumer, who's been here for decades, makes a statement that's completely untrue. He says Republicans control the White House, the Senate, the House. Therefore, the shutdown is a Republican shutdown. Chuck, everybody knows, and you all know, that you got to have at least 7 Democrats voting with the Republicans in the Senate in order to get this done, and you're the one that's shutting it down. And why? Why? Because he wants $1.5 trillion more in spending. He wants to put illegals back on taxpayer-funded health care, and he wants to gut the $50 billion rural health care fund that Republicans and Donald Trump just created last July. It's insane.
It's a pretty cynical ploy to use your minority and then claim that it's the other side's fault. Tom Emmer, thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlie.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.